What's up, metalheads? I'm Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you guys for being here. If you're new, consider subscribing, please. And if you enjoy this video, hit that like button for me. Alright guys, today we're going to take a look at a large knife. This one's made for you bigger guys out there. That's choked up in with a medium hand. This is normal grip with a medium hand. So it's not huge for me, but this thing is a tank of a knife, guys. This is the Beyond EDC River Wolf. And this knife comes to me from the Apex Pass Around group, so it's been through quite a few hands before it's made it to me. But man, for a big knife, the action on this thing is amazing. Obviously, it's going to drop very well because it's got a heavy blade, but the reverse flicking action is fantastic. No fuller needed. You can just fling this thing out there with ease. The flipper action's pretty good too. I mean, it's really good. I don't like flippers. I think this knife would be better with a flipper delete and a hole or a fuller, but you don't even need a hole or a fuller. Just do a flipper delete and leave it like it is. Fantastic. Heavy knife, heavy knife. I'll give you the specs real quick and I'll give you some size comparisons. Although I don't have many here as big as this knife. Overall length is 8.75 inches. Blade length is 4 inches. Blade thickness is 150 thousandths. It's M390 blade steel, drop point blade with a flat grind and stonewash finish. The weight on this knife is 7 ounces. It's a big one and a heavy one, guys. I don't know who the OEM is on this knife. I have no idea. This is designed by John Demko, but I don't know who the OEM is. If anybody knows, comment below and let me know. I'd like to know, and I'm sure the people watching this video would love to know also. This is comes in an interesting, a very cool box too. Just throw it out there, like a little mini Pelican case, which you will get it in when you buy one. The price on this knife is $300. Only place I see it is on Blade HQ, but they are all sold out at the moment. But there may be more coming in. I think there are more coming. So if you're a bigger guy and you like a bigger knife, or you're just someone that likes a larger knife that's got really good action, that is built like a tank, I think you'll like this one. Ergos are phenomenal in either grip. They're as good as it gets. The pocket clip is kind of wide and flat, and then the edges are rounded. It completely vanishes into your hand. You don't even feel it. It's just gone. Pocket clip works very well. Does not carry too deep. This much of the knife will be sticking out of your pocket, so you got plenty to grab onto. And with a bigger knife, heavier knife like this, that's probably a good thing, that you got more to reach in there and grab, you know. Complete guillotine action. Free fall. And it is rock solid. Pivot is as tight as it can get. There's no blade play. Access to the lock bar is really good. They've cut out a little bit on the show side, and then they've chamfered the inside edge of the lock. It's super easy to get to and buttery smooth. Buttery smooth. It's on cage ceramic ball bearings. Does have a ceramic ball detent on a steel lock bar insert. Titanium clip, titanium backspacer. It's a good looking knife. I'd like to see a mini version of this knife, honestly. A small, like 3 1/4 inches. I don't know how well it would work with this in the back though, with a smaller knife. That probably wouldn't be that great. But this grip right here, if this was a smaller knife, oh man, it'd be so good. For me, this is way too big. This may pull my pants. I'd be sagging my pants if I had this in my pocket. You know what I mean? I don't sag my pants. I'm not one of those pants saggers, so I'm kidding. Yeah, it's a great knife. Give you guys some size comparisons real quick. How about the Kaiser Sheepdog? Here's one of the bigger knives I have. Spyderco Manix 2. So it's probably got 1.5 inches on the Sheepdog and 1 inch on the Manix 2. How about the Yojimbo 2? Quite a bit bigger than a Yojimbo 2. How about the Artisan Cutlery Centauri? It's a long knife, but still at least a 1/2 inch shorter than the River Wolf, maybe a little more than a 1/2 inch shorter. How about the Spyderco Caribbean? That's a long knife, much lighter weight knife, but it's still even a little bit longer than that, probably almost a 1/2 inch longer than that also. What else we got here? Long. Don't have too much long. How about the TRM Atom? That's a longer knife, but nothing compared to the River Wolf. How about a Benchmade 940? You could fit 2 or 3 Benchmade 940s within this knife. size and weight wise. How about a Weir Knives Lucas P? And we will do a couple more here. MBK Mini Old Guard. Chris Reeves Sabenza, small Sabenza. Makes it look tiny, teensy tiny. The Hinderer, where's it? There it is. The Hinderer Half Track. Do a couple people recognize here, although they're not even close in size. The QSP Pingwon. The Spyderco Para 3. And we will go ahead and do Tactile Rock Wall for shits and giggles. Yeah, big one, guys, big one. Way too much knife for me, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm not scared. I'll admit it. Way more knife than I would want to carry ever. Unless I wanted to go camping and had to chop down some small trees or do some batoning. I think you could honestly do some batoning with this knife. I wouldn't recommend it, but I think you could probably get away with some batoning, and you could definitely do some hacking. When you got a spear point blade, drop point spear point blade, they call it a drop point. I don't know, man. I think it's more of a spear point, but yeah. It would be good for self-defense also if you ever needed it. Just be aware, 7 ounces. So, alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button for me. If you're new, please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys on the next one.